So I've had a few questions about how this thing actually does its calculation for when it fills the crucible to inject using this auger feeding from this hopper. So the first thing you have to do is you have to run a shot manually, and you have to count using the computer in the manual mode what your target is. So I do a manual shot and it'll tell me 10, 11, 12 or something. In this particular one I've adjusted it a bit, but 12 is my depth that I like because it gives me a decent amount of pellets. You can see it's just below the surface of that hopper there. So 12 is my target in this particular mold. So the last one is shot 11, so that means it's going a bit shallow right now. It's got too much pellets in that chamber down there. So it's reducing the number of seconds, in this case 37.7 seconds. It was 39 a minute ago, now it's 37, so the next time it's going to probably go to 35 or something. So when it's done, when it got a shallow number, I mean it hasn't gone down very deep, it needs to remove the amount of time that the auger runs to give less pellets, so that when it pushes, it goes deeper. So like I said, it's hunting on a regular basis. So you have to kind of tell it the target, and then it measures it, and then it says, well, I'm less than the target, I'm going to add a little less pellets, or I'm deeper, like 13 in that case would be deeper, so I need a little more pellets. And so it's going to be hunting up and down. I need to put a space in that piece of code there. So that's 13 seconds to hold, and it's got 39 seconds left, 36, 33 seconds left as it is counting down to the next injection. So it's in the pause mode right now, and it's going to inject when it gets to 0. It won't do anything like injecting that unless this lock is in the right position. So this is in the down lock, which is the right over there. That's a magnetic sensor saying that it is locked down, and it won't do anything unless it's locked up. Like it won't eject apart unless it's locked up. And then there's a little magnet that travels on that. Okay, so it's just injecting here, and we'll see how much it used. So it stayed the same. It's still 11. So it's going to make a little less. So when this updates, it'll be a smaller number. Anyway, so I made a little piece of paper up here just explaining this. So in this case here, it shouldn't be 20 seconds. That should be a count of 20. And if it counts 16, for instance, it's going to give less seconds. And if it gives a count of 22 deep, it's going to add more seconds. And if it's the same 20 count, then it won't change the seconds. And so 21 would give it less, and 19 would give it more. Sorry, that shouldn't be 21. Yeah, it should be 19, and that should be 21. Anyways, the point is, is that this is a fixed number. The target, or the count time, which in this case is 12, is a fixed number. This one here, you can see now it's 25. It's reducing itself. Is a dynamic number. That number is always changing, and that number it's subtracting or adding. It actually has a multiplier in it, so if it gets like a huge change like 16, it would actually reduce a lot less. And if it went down to like 25, it would add a whole much more. So the multiplier on that. So it's kind of exponential. Anyways, so like I said, we should start with a manual test so we can know what we need. And then I'm going to change the code. So when it crosses, or if it was 16, 17, 18, 19, it's been adding more and more to get us, or reducing less and less to get us to the target. I'm then going to reset the seconds to the predetermined seconds that it should need. to get there. And I'll do that by, when it gets the second shot at the same count. So if the count was 12 and it's 12 again, and then the next one I'll take what that number is and I'll add it to the average and run it around and keep getting that average, adjusting the average, so that there will be a known average number that should get me to my 12. So if the next one's 12, it won't change, it won't take it. But if the second number again was 12, I would take that number and add it to my average and then divide it out to see if that number is a known number. And that's the number I'll use when I cross. So when I cross the desired depth, I will reset to that known seconds instead of, so I don't shoot past it. Because right now, if I get too far off, it'll shoot right past it, and then it'll come flying up the other way, and it dances too much. So I need to get rid of that vibration or the hunt a little better. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Hope you understand.